Good morning. Um, isiZulu I will not attempt. I'm an English speaker and that's what I will do today. My name is Nomasonto Zoe Msibi. I am named after my father's mother. Next to me are my siblings, well, Nduduzo, Inganati, and Owet, or as Ubaba called him, Umsibo Muhle. Here is Ubaba's granddaughter, first granddaughter, Azania. I'm standing in a position I never expected to stand in so soon. My brothers and I are living a reality that we never expected to live so soon. It's all too soon. Where does one begin to condense the life of someone so loved? Our father was far from perfect, as are we all. You know Phumlani Msibi. We know the human. The person we'd always refer to as siblings, as your father. In varying degrees, my brothers and I spent time with Ubaba, getting to know the little bit of him that he'd opened up to us. We learned very quickly what a complex character he was, and we loved him anyway. We stand here today with a collection of memories large enough to fill books, from being picked up from school when you least expected it, to the short appearances he'd make at your birthday party on his way to work. He was a very busy man, but for his kids, he made time. He never neglected his responsibility as a father, and that's something I will always respect him for. Too many children go without ever knowing their father, but we did. Complicated as our relationships may have been, we had a person we called Dad, Daddy, Baba, and my personal favorite, Baba K. I was privileged to spend quite a lot of time with Ubab, never once taking those moments for granted. He was my favorite person. I loved listening to him go on and on and on about one thing for hours, listening to stories about his childhood and our grandparents, whom only my older brother and I got to meet, but at ages too young to recall. There was never a dull moment with him. He never failed to make us laugh. As siblings, we even found humor in the way that he was and the way he spoke. He was so meticulous with attention to detail like no other. When I was younger, I thought he was the coolest thing since sliced bread. Being a girl amongst boys, he never let me exert myself too much, saying things like, "No, you're my daughter." They might argue, but I think we all know who his favorite was. It goes without saying that this time has been tough for my brothers and I. From the time our father's health began to decline until this very moment. It's unbelievable to think that a guy who never even had a flu only knew what a doctor's consultation room looked like because one of us needed a doctor, especially me. He spent his last week of his life in a hospital bed. He fought for his life, eating and drinking all the right things right until the end. One of the last things he said to me as I held his hand in the hospital was, "We've got to get better, my Benz. We've got to get better." As a family, we never imagined we'd be standing here speaking of him in the past tense, because we were all certain that he would pull through. I told him, "Baba, when you make it through this, we're throwing you a street bash." But God had other plans. Inganati and myself got to spend quite some time with our father in the weeks leading up to his passing, nursing him, massaging him, bringing him food, making him smoothies. Everyone who took care of him knew about these smoothies. Running errands with him, my personal favorite was getting to drive him around. For my brother, Undu, my heart felt the most pain because he wasn't around and didn't get to see Ubaba during his last days. Our big brother, the problem solver, as Ubaba once said. I relied on him for strength and guidance throughout, and never once was he not available to give it. He made sure Ubaba got the help he needed, in the way he wanted, of course, because if it didn't make sense to Ubaba, he was never going to do it. To you I say, I know you had a tough journey with our father. You're a man, a husband, a dad, but even those people need their fathers. He may have never gotten the opportunity to say it, but I know that he was grateful for everything you did for him, for the wonderful son that you were to him, for marrying such an incredible woman and giving him 3 beautiful granddaughters. Know that he loved you beyond what he could ever put into words. To Inga, or Umlife around these parts, I know that it wasn't easy. But the help that you provided to our father when he needed you is something I know he was grateful for. You were there, always ready, never complaining. As your big sister, I want to thank you for being there. He worried about you, spoke to me about you all the time. I wanted to help you get that license. Know that he loved you. Hold on to that. Msibi omuhle. The only Msibi omuhle. I know that you know that Dad loved you. You were his boy, the one for whom his world would stop. I know that he loved you very much. So, hold on, I'm missing a page. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I know that he appreciated the random calls that you'd make to him to chat about your day. Your father loved you, and you loved your father. I cannot articulate how much I loved my father. Feel pain. When he fell ill, I wish I could take his pain from him. So I'd like to say thank you to my mother for agreeing to go to the stranger's house for a braai back in December of 1998 when you met him at a Woolworths in Alberton. Everyone who knows me knows how much I love this man. He was an incredibly complex individual, but man, I loved him. His final words to me were, "Okay, my girl, love you, bye." I never heard him speak again after that. The same words that he would say to me on the phone each time we spoke. You left your tribe behind, Baba. What we do and where we go from here is yet to be seen. We'll carry you for the rest of our lives, and we'll be telling Azania, Amani, Noamile, and the grandkids yet to come about what an interesting, intelligent, and downright incredible character their grandfather was. Thank you all